Welcome, Dr. Alice Howland.
I hope to convince you that by observing these baby steps I have Alzheimer's disease. Early onset.
Oh my God.
Stethoscope. Millennium. Hedgehog. I am struggling. Struggling to be a part of things. To stay connected to who I once was.
A woman named Alice Howland is celebrating her 50th birthday with the family. The couple is very happy in their marriage, and they have 3 adult children. Lydia is the only one missing from the celebratory dinner as she is auditioning for a role on a TV show. John gave a toast in honor of his wife. The family had a wonderful evening. Alice is a distinguished professor of linguistics at Columbia University. Once while speaking at a conference in Los Angeles, she suddenly forgot what she was talking about. Alice didn't pay much attention to this. Later, she visited her daughter Lydia at the dormitory. The mother and daughter had lunch at a restaurant. Lydia dreams of becoming an actress but has not yet succeeded. Alice believes that the daughter should become more serious and go to college. However, Lydia is determined to realize her dream. Soon Alice returned to New York. John was not at home, so Alice sent him a message. While jogging, Alice suddenly realized that she did not recognize the area. She got lost right on the campus, and feeling completely disoriented began to panic. When Alice returned home, her husband immediately realized that something was wrong, but the wife assured him that everything was all right. While John was at work in the lab, Alice went to the doctor and told him about her memory problems. After some tests, the doctor sent Alice for an MRI to exclude serious pathologies. Until then, she should lead a healthy lifestyle. It's Christmas time. Alice was preparing a festive dinner. At the same time, she was training her memory. Tom arrived with his new girlfriend Jenny. Alice offered them wine while continuing to cook. She was beginning to forget what ingredients to put in the dishes. Soon Lydia arrived, followed by Anna and her husband Charlie. Alice feels confused, realizing that she has forgotten the recipe for the bread pudding. At dinner, Anna and Charlie told that they had found a new IVF clinic. The couple has been trying to have a baby for a long time. Alice joined the dinner and greeted Jenny again. The girl was puzzled because they had already met before. After the holidays, Alice went for a follow-up visit to the doctor. The tomography showed no deviations, but the doctor is concerned about her memory tests. He suspected Alice had Alzheimer's disease and sent her for further examination. Alice still had not told the husband about her problems. That night she could not sleep, so she took soporific. But even that didn't help. It was at this moment that Alice woke her husband up, confessing that she had seen a neurologist. Perhaps she has Alzheimer's disease. John said it was impossible. In his opinion, the wife was just overworked at work, and besides she was not young anymore. For their age, forgetting something is completely normal. But Alice objected, saying that it was something completely different. She feels like her brain is slowly dying, and everything she worked on disappears. Alice burst into tears, and the husband hugged her. Towards morning, she calmed down a bit. Perhaps John was right, and everything was not so serious after all. The couple visited the doctor together. Unfortunately, the diagnosis was confirmed. John didn't want to believe it. The doctor suggested conducting a genetic test to determine if Alice's disease has an inherited nature. If the test is positive, there is a high probability that Alzheimer's disease has been passed on to her children. On the eve of their wedding anniversary, when the whole family was together, Alice told the truth to her children. They were shocked, as their mother is so young. But the worst news was yet to come. Since Alice has a rare form of the disease, it can be inherited. Therefore, her children may also be ill. If they want to know for sure, they will have to undergo a genetic test. Alice takes medication prescribed by the doctor. It do not stop the progression of the disease, but only relieve symptoms. Despite everything, Alice continues to teach at the university. It is very difficult for her. Later, Alice received a call from Anna. Her test result for Alzheimer's disease was positive, and Tom's was negative. Lydia did not want to be tested. Everyday tasks are becoming increasingly difficult for Alice. Soon she learned from the head of the department that students are very dissatisfied with her lectures. Alice is confused in the material and reads incoherently. Alice had to confess to Eric Wellman that she has an early stage of Alzheimer's disease. But she wants to teach for as long as she can. Alice tries to keep herself in shape to slow down the progression of the disease. When she returned home, John asked where she had been. He was going crazy with worry. It turned out that Alice had forgotten about the time. She had also forgotten that dinner with John's colleague was planned for today. The couple understands that things will only get worse from here on out. After a while, Alice visited a clinic for Alzheimer's patients. Most of the patients were elderly women. Alice's case is unique because she fell ill very early. Men are much less susceptible to Alzheimer's. Alice is terrified that she will soon become like all these poor people. Alice complained to the doctor that she can't sleep at all. Alice also writes notes and keeps a video diary for herself. She hopes it will help her not forget the names of loved ones, the street she lives on, and everything else. One day Alice woke up and saw a bracelet on her hand with the inscription "Memory Impairment." It helps her understand what's happening. Now the couple lives by the sea. John supports his wife in everything. No matter what, they learn to enjoy simple things. Alice and John often reminisce about the happy years of their marriage. They can't believe that time flew by so quickly. Alice had to leave the university, while her husband continues to work. On Monday he will go to a conference. On Sunday Lydia will come, who will play in the local theater and take care of her mother. Alice found an album with old photographs. Her mother passed away many years ago. The woman constantly asks her husband the same questions because she forgets everything after a few minutes. But worst of all, Alice forgets what she was going to do. She is lost in space and time. The husband saw that Alice peed her pants because she couldn't find the bathroom. Alice cried with shame. Soon Lydia arrived. She had never seen her mother's butterfly necklace before. Alice told that it was a gift from her mother. She had kept it all these years. It pains Lydia to see the mother forget her own life. The girl cannot hold back her tears. Alice confessed to her husband that she could not read books because she was unable to concentrate and almost immediately forgot everything she had read. Later, Alice finds Lydia's diary and reads it, although she doesn't understand much. When Lydia finds out, she becomes very upset and leaves. The next day, the family gathers around the table. Despite their fears, Anna and Charlie decide to undergo the procedure of artificial insemination. Now Anna is pregnant with twins. The couple is happy as they have waited for this moment for so long. Alice has already forgotten what she and her daughter fought about yesterday. She just remembers the fact of the quarrel. Lydia said everything was okay. She was ashamed of herself for acting like a child over a trifle. Lydia asked her mother how she's feeling. Alice said that on good days she can pass for a normal person, but on bad days it was as if she didn't find herself. Alice used to be a linguistics professor with impeccable erudition, but now she feels like the words are right in front of her but she can't reach them. In the evening, Alice found Lydia's diary on her bed. It had a sticker that said "No secrets." The family went to see the play. Lydia played one of the main roles. When the play ended, the audience gave a standing ovation. Everyone loved Lydia's performance. She was barely holding back tears when she realized the mother didn't recognize her and mistook her for another actress.
Mom, this is Lydia, your daughter.
Alice visited the doctor again. Her cognitive abilities are deteriorating rapidly. John asked the doctor why the disease is progressing so rapidly. The doctor said that genetic Alzheimer's manifests in this way, but there are cases where the process stops, so there's still hope. Alice is preparing for a conference on Alzheimer's disease. She will give a speech. Lydia advised her to bring her personal experience into the speech. The day of the conference arrived. The children and the doctor came to support Alice. Her husband couldn't attend because of work. Alice gave her speech, reading from a paper and underlining lines with a marker to avoid repeating herself. Suddenly Alice accidentally dropped the sheets with the text. Despite this, Alice managed to pull through. Her speech deeply moved everyone present, especially her children. Everyone gave her a standing ovation. At that moment, Alice felt truly happy. Later, her husband shared some joyful news. He got a promotion. This meant they would have to move to Rochester, Minnesota. John thinks it's an excellent opportunity to start a new and exciting life, but Alice is terrified of the prospect of moving because everything is familiar here, and their children are nearby. Alice realized that the husband is not ready to give up his career and be constantly by her side. John doesn't know what to say. Alice forgets her children's names and her own birth date. She still can't sleep at night. Disoriented, Alice began to panic, going through everything in the house. Awoke by the noise, John asked what happened. Alice screamed that she couldn't find her phone. John hugged her, calming her down. Soon their pregnant daughter Anna came to visit. At first Alice mistook her for Lydia. John found Alice's old phone. The screen was broken. Alice said she had been looking for it all night. She doesn't know that it actually happened a month ago. Now Alice has difficulty even performing such elementary tasks as tying shoelaces. Memories are gradually fading away. The housekeeper helps to keep things in order. Once Alice, not remembering who she was, painted over the mirror. In the morning as usual, John woke up his wife and helped her get dressed. Today was a special day. Anna gave birth to twins. They named the girl Allison and the boy Charlie Jr. Alice asked for permission to hold the baby. Anna and Charlie didn't mind, but John was nervous. Luckily nothing bad happened. The family gathered to discuss what to do next. John thinks they should move to Minnesota. Alice hardly realizes who she is and where she is anymore. Sometimes Alice thinks she is a child. Alice is having a video call with Lydia and is having trouble understanding her questions. Lydia became worried after learning that the mother was home alone. It turned out that the housekeeper did not come today because she was sick. Alice reassured Lydia that she can take care of herself. After the conversation, she found her video on the computer. In the video, Alice turned to herself, saying that she needed to make sure no one was home and find a bottle of pills in the dresser. It was important to take every single pill and not tell anyone about it. Without thinking about the true meaning of these words, Alice was going to do just that. But when the woman entered the room, she forgot everything, so she had to review the video. However, it didn't help. Then Alice took her laptop and came to her room, finding the bottle of pills in the dresser. Alice followed the instructions, but was interrupted by the housekeeper who wasn't supposed to come today. Alice dropped the pills from her hand, and then forgot all about it. John and Alice came to the cafe. Alice doesn't even remember what she taught at the university, but the husband constantly reminds her of it. It hurts him to see his beloved wife forget everyone and everything. Lydia decided to move in with the parents to be closer to her mother. The father hugged her. John can't hold back tears, feeling powerless. Lydia spends all her time with the mother. Alice doesn't even recognize the housekeeper. With each passing day, her illness progresses stronger. At home, Lydia rehearses the play before the upcoming performance. The mother listens to her. She is deprived of the ability to remember, but not the